Good morning, dear children. Today we will continue our first chapter, Nature and Purpose of Business. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about classification of business activities. In that, we have discussed that business activities can be classified into two categories. That is, first one is industrial activities and second one is commercial activity. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about industrial activity. In this lecture, we will discuss about commercial activities. Now, classification of business activity. Before that, we should know what is commercial activity. Commercial activities includes all those business activities which are undertaken for sale or exchange of goods and services and facilitates their availability for consumption and use. Commercial activities, you can say it is another branch of commerce, and it includes all those activities which will ensure a free flow of goods and services from the producer to the consumer. Therefore, what you can say that commercial or commercial activities or commerce establish a link between the producer and consumer because it provides help to reach things from the producer to the consumer. That is why it is said that commercial activities are said to be a link between producers and the consumer. Therefore, you can say that these activities, like commercial activities, are required for bringing goods from the hand of producer to the consumer. This is commercial activity. Commercial activity, simply you can say all those activity which will be taken for from the producer to the consumer. All those activities which will be taken to reach the goods and services from the producer to the consumer. One definition also, you can say that commerce is the sum total of all those processes which are engaged in the removal of hindrance of person, place, time in the exchange of commodities. Next is, we can say that commerce can be classified into two categories, that is trade and auxiliaries to trade. Trade, you can say that trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services with the objective of earning profit. What you can say, commerce can be classified into two categories, that is trade and auxiliaries to trade. And trade refers to all those activities which refers to buying and selling of goods and services with the objective of earning profit. So you can say that trade is the central activity in commerce. Trade is the central. Without this trade, nothing can be happen in business. If you will not buy, if you will not sell the things, means you are not doing any business. Therefore, we can say that trade is the central activity in the commerce. Therefore, the basic aim of trade is to overcome all the personal barrier. Or you can say trade is the concerned with sale, transfer or exchange of goods and services with the intention of earning profit. Now, next is auxiliaries to trade. First is trade, and auxiliaries to trade is activities which are meant for assisting trade. All those activity which will help out trade. Here it is written, activities which are meant for assisting trade are known as auxiliaries to trade. All those activities which will help trade to work smoothly will known as auxiliaries to trade. Next is types of trade. First we will study trade and next we will study auxiliaries to trade. Types of trade, we can say that trade is of two types. First is internal trade and the second one is external trade. Internal trade, what you can say, that type of trade which takes place within a country. When you are doing business within the boundaries of the country, it is known as internal trade, or you can say home trade also. Therefore, you can say that internal trade or home trade means buying and selling of things within the boundaries of the country. Buying and selling of things or commodities within the boundaries of the country. Therefore, both the buyers and the sellers will belong to the same country in the internal trade. Internal trade you can say as home trade also, you can say as domestic trade also. Now, external trade, what is external trade? External trade can be said as foreign trade also. It can be said as international trade also. Now, by the word, you can say that that type of trade which takes place between two or more countries. Foreign trade refers to trade between nations. When there is a business between two nations, that type of trade is known as foreign trade. Now, internal trade can be classified into two categories, that is wholesale trade and second one is retail trade. And internal and external trade or foreign trade can be classified into three categories, that is import trade, export trade and entry port trade. We will study in detail. First is definition of trade that we have discussed. Trade is that branch of commerce which deals with exchange of goods and services in terms of money between different persons known as traders. Those persons who are involved in trade are known as traders. Now, internal trade we can classify into two categories, that is home trade or foreign trade. Home trade can be said as internal trade or domestic trade. It refers to purchase and sale of goods within the boundaries of a country. Wholesale trade, there are two categories of internal trade, wholesale trade and retail trade. Types of home trade you can say wholesale trade and retail trade. Now, wholesale trade, we all know, it involves selling of goods in large quantities to the shopkeeper. When the trade consists of buying in large quantities from the producer and selling in smaller quantities to the retailer, that type of trade is known as wholesale trade. Here, what you can say, here the wholesalers serve as a connecting link between the manufacturers and the retailer. The wholesaler, because the wholesaler is bringing the things from the manufacturers and giving out things to the retailer. Therefore, here the wholesaler is the connecting link of the manufacturers and the retailers. So, wholesale trade means buying things in a bulk quantity and selling it to the retailers. Next is retail trade. Retail trade means selling the goods in small quantities to the ultimate consumer. Here the retailer get things from the wholesaler and the retailers give out things to the consumer. Retailers are known as middleman also, you can say. Retail trade involves buying and selling of goods in small quantities. Retail trade consists of buying goods from the wholesalers and selling goods to the final consumer in smaller quantities for satisfying their daily needs. Middleman, here you can say anyone, those who are involved to bring the things from the manufacturer to the consumer. Like wholesaler also can be a middleman, retailer also can be a middleman between the manufacturer and the consumer. Next is foreign trade. We have studied foreign trade. When the trade is between two countries is known as foreign trade. It is also called international trade. It can be classified, external or foreign trade can be classified as import trade, export trade and entry port trade. Import trade, where goods are purchased from foreign countries, that is known as import trade. Export trade, when there is a sale of goods to the other country. When we sell out goods to the other country, then it is known as export trade. Next is entry port trade. Entry port trade or re-export trade means when goods are imported, when we first import goods from another country and the goods which we have imported is not used for our consumption, but it is re-exported to the other country, then it is known as re-export trade. Means whatever we have purchased from the other country, we have not used by our own, we have sell it to the other country to make profit. Therefore, it is known as entry port or re-export trade. Next branch of commerce, that is auxiliaries to trade. Means what are the things which help out in trade? That is transportation and communication, banking, insurance, warehousing, advertising and packaging. These are the auxiliaries to trade, or they help out in doing trade smoothly. So what you can say? First is transportation. Transportation, you can say that it removes hindrance of place. Means if we want to move one thing from one place to another, if we have a good transportation facility, we can bring the things from one place to another. So it removes the hindrance of place. Therefore, we can say that transport implies conveyance of goods and passengers from one place to another, or the goods reach the consumer by different means of transportation like air, roads, rail, sea, etc. Next is banking. Banking, you can say, it removes the hindrance of finance. If any trader, if any businessman is having financial problem, they can go to bank, they can take loan and they can start their own business. So this also help out in trade. Commercial bank and other financial institution help the seller and the buyer in receiving and making payments. Therefore, it removes the hindrance of finance. Now next one is warehousing. Warehousing, you can say, warehousing provides storage facility. Now the manufacturers make things in bulk quantity. Now at once their things are not sold by the wholesalers and or the retailers. So what they have to do, they have to store it in a proper way. So warehousing is a place where goods are stored. Therefore, warehousing, you can say, a need for warehouse arises in order to store the manufactured good. The things which has to be manufactured, the things which has to be stored can be kept in the warehousing. Now next one is insurance. In the transfer of goods from one place to another, there is a risk of loss due to accident, fire, theft. So most of the traders or the businessmen, they adopt insurance policy. If their things are lost, if their things are spoiled, by taking insurance policy, they can get the loss back. The insurance company help out the traders with this problem through insurance policies. Next is advertising. By the help of advertisement, the traders promote their things in the market. If the manufacturers are producing new things, by a proper advertisement they can promote in the market, and they can promote. When they will promote things properly, their sale will be maximum in the market. Advertisement is an easy way to inform the person in large. Next is the most important thing is communication. Communication should be very clear. The producer, wholesaler, transportation, warehouse keepers, advertisers, or the consumer, they are at different places. So we have to communicate, we have to convince them in a proper manner so that they can take our commodities or they can take our things. So communication between two persons should be very appropriate in trade. These are some aids to trade which help out in doing trade smoothly. So in this lecture we have studied about commercial activity and branches of commerce, that is trade and aids to trade. Now you can differentiate between industry, commerce and trade. Thank you.